Have you ever felt the weight of expectation, the burden of a destiny you didn't choose? This is the harrowing reality for our young hero in Sarah Beran Summer of the Summoned Sword, a captivating tale that plunges us into a world where ancient magic clashes with youthful innocence, where the whisper of prophecy becomes a roaring tempest. Forget everything you think you know about heroes and quests, because this story twists the familiar into something breathtakingly new, something that will leave you on the edge of your seat, yearning for every spoken word, every whispered secret. The sun-drenched days of summer are supposed to be about freedom, about lazy afternoons and carefree laughter. But for Elara, an ordinary girl living an ordinary life in the quiet village of Oakhaven, the summer solstice brings with it an unwelcome guest, a shimmering spectral sword that appears seemingly from thin air. This isn't a magical trinket or a whimsical apparition. It is the legendary Sword of Ethel, a relic spoken of only in dusty tomes and forgotten legends, a sword believed to be the harbinger of a destiny so grand, so terrifying, that it could shatter the very foundations of her world.
Elara is no warrior, no chosen one. No one expects her to wield such power, let alone understand its ancient purpose. But the sword doesn't care about expectations. It has chosen her, and with its appearance comes the awakening of long-dormant magic.
Within her, a raw, untamed power that threatens to consume her if she cannot master it. Her idyllic summer is abruptly shattered, transformed into a whirlwind of unsettling discoveries and perilous encounters. The spectral sword, a sentient entity in itself, begins to communicate with her, not in words but in vivid visions and powerful emotions, revealing glimpses of a forgotten past and a looming threat. As Elara grapples with the sword's insistent presence, she finds herself drawn into a clandestine world hidden beneath the veneer of everyday life. A world of ancient orders shadowed. Mages and creatures thought to exist only in fairy tales. She learns that the Sword of Ethel is not merely a weapon but a key, a conduit to a hidden realm, a realm where a malevolent entity known only as the Shadow Weaver is stirring a waking from centuries of slumber and preparing to unleash an age of darkness upon the world. The Shadow Weaver, an embodiment of pure malevolence, feeds on fear and despair, its power growing with every fractured hope, every shattered dream. Elara is not alone in this perilous journey, though at times she feels utterly isolated by the enormity of her fate. She finds an unlikely mentor in the enigmatic Alaric, a grizzled old mage with a mysterious past and a weary wisdom in his eyes. Alaric becomes her guide, her protector, her reluctant teacher, as she struggles to understand the magic flowing through her veins and the true purpose of the summoned sword. He reveals the painful truth of her lineage, a secret heritage entwined with the very fabric of the worlds, magical ley lines, a destiny she was born into, not chosen, through rigorous training and sometimes brutal honesty. Alaric pushes Elara beyond her limits, forcing her to confront her fears and embrace the burgeoning power within her. Their bond is not without its tensions. Alaric is guarded, his past shrouded in secrets, and Elara often chafes under his stern guidance, longing for the simplicity of her former life. But their shared purpose and the looming threat of the Shadow Weaver forge an unbreakable alliance built on trust and necessity. As Elara delves deeper into the mysteries of the summoned sword and the ancient prophecies, she uncovers a network of allies and adversaries, the secretive Order of the Golden Dawn, a clandestine group of mages and scholars who have dedicated their lives to protecting the balance of magic in the world become her reluctant benefactors. They are a group torn between tradition and the urgent need for new solutions. Their faith in the old ways challenged by the unprecedented nature of the Shadow Weaver's return. Among them are figures, both helpful and hindering a young apprentice named Lyra, whose eager curiosity mirrors Elara's own initial apprehension, and a cynical elder mage whose skepticism threatens to undermine their every move. Elara also encounters creatures of myth and legend, some benevolent, some malevolent, each encounter a test of her courage and her growing understanding of the magical world around her. The forest spirits whisper ancient warnings, the river sprites offer cryptic clues, and the creatures of shadow lurk at the periphery, testing her resolve at every turn. The stakes escalate with terrifying speed. The Shadow Weaver grows stronger, its tendrils of darkness reaching further and further, threatening to engulf the land in eternal night. Villages fall. Silent, their inhabitants consumed by despair. Ancient magical sites are corrupted, their power twisted to serve the shadow. Weaver's malevolent will, Elara and Alaric, along with their newfound allies, embark on a perilous quest, a desperate race against time to gather ancient artifacts, pieces of a fragmented prophecy that hold the key to defeating the Shadow Weaver. Their journey takes them through enchanted forests, over treacherous mountains, and into hidden ruins, each step with danger and revelation. Along the way, Elara is forced to confront not only external threats, but also her own inner demons, her self-doubt, her fear of failure, her longing for a life she can never reclaim. She learns that true strength lies not just in wielding a sword or mastering magic, but in embracing her destiny, however daunting, and in finding the courage to fight for a world that needs her. The climax of the story is a breathtaking crescendo of magic and courage, a battle for the very soul of the world. Elara, armed with the power of the summoned sword and the unwavering belief of her allies, faces the Shadow Weaver in a confrontation that will determine the fate of all. She discovers the true nature of the sword, not just a weapon, but a vessel for ancient light, a conduit of pure creation, capable of banishing even the deepest darkness. The battle is epic in scale, a clash of wills and power that tests Elara's resilience to its absolute limit. She must not only wield the sword, but also embrace the profound connection she shares with it, drawing upon its ancient magic to overcome the overwhelming power of the Shadow Weaver. It is a moment of profound transformation, where the ordinary girl who yearned for a normal summer fully steps into her extraordinary destiny. Summer of the Summoned Sword is more than just a fantasy adventure. It is a poignant exploration of destiny, choice, and the true meaning of heroism. It is a story that reminds us that sometimes the greatest power lies not in grand gestures, but in the quiet courage to face the unknown, the unwavering belief in oneself, and the enduring strength of unexpected friendships. Sarah Beran weaves a tapestry of magic, emotion, and breathtaking action that will transport you to a world you won't want. To leave, her prose is rich and evocative, painting vivid pictures with every word, bringing the characters and their world to life in your minds. If you crave a story that will ignite your imagination, stir your soul and leave you breathless with anticipation, then this is the audiobook you need to experience right now. Prepare to be enchanted, to be thrilled, and to believe in the impossible, because in this world of summoned swords and ancient magic, anything is possible, and the adventure
has only just begun.
Don't miss out on this captivating journey. Click the link in the description to start listening to Summer of the Summoned Sword today.